Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're checking out Girls Frontline 2 Exilium. And before we get into it, I do have to give Girls Frontline 2 a massive shout out for sponsoring this video. And if you do want to pre-register for the game, I will have links in the description below because this is their global beta. And can I just say, I am thoroughly impressed with the current state of this game. The last time I played it was during the CN beta, and they have fixed a lot of my core issues with the game since then. And the game just feels honestly really fluid and enjoyable to play at the moment. So the first thing we're going to do, because it's my most important part, we're going to jump into combat. I'm going to show you guys combat because it is a really enjoyable combat system for me. Something that they did do, at least I think since last time I played it, was they've sped up the actual speed of combat. Like you can get it onto 3 times speed, it can go quite fast, and also it does seem like the auto AI has gotten a little bit smarter now, where it feels like for most of the stuff that's just easy story stuff, you can auto through it. And then for some of the harder bosses and stuff, you manual it, but then you have sweep functionality. So I really do like the balance they've struck with the game. So let's jump into combat and take a look. So as you can see at the top here, we can deploy 4 units. We've got the real grid-based strategy RPG going on here. So we've got our 4 units deployed. You can change them among, but I've only got 3 of them leveled. So we're going to just jump in and start combat. So as you can see here, we jump in, it shows us our opponents, and if there's any new opponents as you're progressing through, it'll show you what they do and stuff like that, like this. It's very intuitive on how it displays everything. But I want to take a look at a few things. So first of all, if we look at our character over here, you can see that we've got our shield on the left, which is like our stability. So if you're undercover, you can see all the little shields around the map where areas that are next to walls. So if you're at those areas, you're in cover, which means they have to break through your stability first to be able to deal max damage on your health bar. You don't want to get caught out in the open. So that is what the shield is. Every character is going to have different amounts of it, and every character will be able to deal different damage to other characters' stability. For instance, we have a look at this one here. You can see in the bold yellow text, it says stability damage is 4. So that's going to take away 4 stability when we use this attack. Now, every character is going to have a basic attack, then 3 other attacks. These can often have, if you look at the top right-hand corner of the skill description, you can see it's got a 2-turn cooldown. This one's got a 2-turn cooldown, and this one has a 4-turn cooldown. Now, if we go to some other characters, you can see that this has a 3 cost. That is what I refer to as the ammo above the character. You can see she's got 3 ammo. If I click this one, you can see that 3 of them start flashing. So that would use 3 of my 6, and it would bring me down to 3 ammunition. So that is the other cost that we have on abilities. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's turn-based. You can choose which character you want to move at which time. You move them to a position. You can choose which attack to use on which target. And then once they attack, their turn is done. Some characters do have abilities that grant extra turns and stuff like that, but that is the basic gist of it. You do have some characters that can heal. For instance, she is my healer. You've got AoE attacks, you've got different elemental attacks, you've got different range with different weapons and all that sort of stuff. But that is the absolute basics of it. So if we wanted to use her, for instance, and we wanted to maybe say go over here and then have a shoot at this guy who is at massive range, we can go ahead and use our ultimate here, and you can see this is going to kill him. Now you can see that this ability does do 4 stability damage, and you can see it flashing over here that he is flashing down from 7 to 3, but it's also flashing that he will get killed. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. Boom. And there goes all his stability, and he is, well, not his stability, just all his health, because we just killed him. Now, she does have the ability to grant extra turns. So you can see this one now has a turn cooldown. So now we're going to go ahead and use this one and shoot this guy down a bit more. And as you can see, we get him down a little bit. Now, her, we can actually move her over to here. We can use this ability here. Actually, we can use this one. Let's use this. So we're just going to go finish this guy off. Boom. Throw the sword there. Or the dagger, whatever it is. Now we can just go up here and put a little bit of this onto you. Oh wait, those guys. Okay, in that case, we can cancel. I didn't see those guys. We can go to here. Is that going to get us in range of this? Unfortunately, that's not in range to hit all of them, so we're just going to put ourselves in the open a little bit here, just so we can go ahead and show you guys our AoE. So with these abilities, you can see we've got the full AoE ability. She's got the grenade launcher, and there we go, we get some damage in. And then her, we can put her into the shelter here. Let's go ahead, and that's healing. Let's go ahead and just, let's just basic attack you. Can we basic attack you? Yeah, we can kill you. So there we go. And that is like the basic core of combat. Like I said, it's very satisfying. These are very simple stages. I'm still at the point in the game where I'm still progressing through, and you're doing a lot of easy stages, so there's not too much deep thought required yet. But as you can see, it is one of those things that will eventually require some deep thought. Now, if you do mess up, you can use the backwards function, and you can actually go back previous turns and cancel back to where you want to go. But I don't need to do that, so I can cancel that replay. But just note, it is a thing that if you do mess up and you do go, oh, I shouldn't have done that move, you can go back. The other thing, like I mentioned earlier, is the auto functionality. The auto functionality, like I said, is really nice. You can see how quick they actually do it, like much quicker than when I was trying to explain. And I really do appreciate this in games. Any gacha game that has some sort of auto functionality so that I don't have to manual content that doesn't require that sort of effort, I really do appreciate. But on the flip side, once you get into harder content, then you are going to need to use that manual play, because you actually need to do it to defeat the stages, because you need to outthink the stage. And that is what I really do enjoy about it. So as you can see, it's not 100%. We did run over into the nuke zone with her, so that, you know, it's not the most genius stuff, but it does get the job done. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and look at the characters and the customization. The first one we have, if we go into fortification here, this is where we get our dupes. So as you get dupes of the character, you can get different upgrades. Not too stressed on that overall. Now we can also level them up over here. And basically the level of the characters is determined by the level of your account. So your account determines the max level of your characters. Pretty self-explanatory, that stuff. When you get to like level 20, you'll have to get resources for a limit break and stuff like that. But you know, it's nothing crazy, nothing too complex to understand. Moving on from that, we have the neural helix. Now this is different upgrades you can get along the way. And as you can see, we've got some basic stat upgrades, but over here we get different abilities that we can equip to our character. You can see we get more there. And then we get another one here. Now, those abilities, if we go back over here, this is where you go ahead and equip them. So you can see I've got these two abilities equipped that I've unlocked, and this is how you're going to further advance your character just to make them stronger with the abilities that they can get. Now, as we move on past that, the next thing is going to be your weapon. Now, your weapon has a lot tied into it because your quote-unquote gearing system is also tied into your weapon. They do one really cool thing that I like, is that you can get all the different skins as well, and you can just spray paint any weapon as long as it's the same weapon, same style of weapon with all the different skins, and I think that is a really cool touch. It's a bit of fun. But if we go back over here, back, and we go enhance your weapon. Once again, levels of weapons is tied to your account level. Pretty self-explanatory. This is your weapon dupes. So if you have dupes of the weapon, you can get increased abilities on the weapon. And then the other thing is your attachments. Now, your attachments, this is your quote-unquote gearing system that people will be familiar with. And so these are where you get your different pieces of the weapon. So, you know, you got the grip, you got the scope, you got the silencer, the suppressor, whatever you want to call it. So you've got all these things, and these are where you're going to get your different stats, your different substats. You're going to be upgrading these things, going up. Just like, I'm not going to go too deep into it. It's a general gearing system. Just note that the gearing system is tied into the weapons, which I think is a very unique touch that they put into the game. And when you go ahead and farm these things, you get to choose which one you want to go for and stuff like that. So it is pretty good. You get to choose the set bonus and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. But that is pretty much the main gist behind the core upgrade systems for your characters. Now, moving on from that, I want to go quickly into our game modes. So if we go into the campaign, this is just a general campaign, nothing too crazy. Just keep working through it. It's got the story, plenty of cutscenes and all that stuff. You guys will probably enjoy that when you get into the game. We've got supply missions. This is just your general resource grind. Nothing too much here. Like I mentioned earlier, though, the great thing about these is if you've already completed a stage, once again, you need to get certain levels of your commander to unlock these stages. But once you've defeated a stage, you can just go with the auto. You can go next. You can click OK, and it's just going to sweep. And I really do appreciate these sweep functions. You don't have to go in, keep repeating it. So that's obviously my quote-unquote gear grind stage there that I just swept. And I really do like that. Combat simulations, this is going to be some more resources that we can get out of this one. expansion. So these drills, these are like those the challenges that reset over time. You know, you can go in, you can get 3 stars, you get different rewards based on clearing them, and also how many stars you get from clearing them. That's going to be like sort of one of your end game-ish modes if we take a look at it, and then we will have more end game modes that unlock at much higher levels as well. Next up is the public area. This is where you're going to find a dispatch room, weapon gallery, standard dispatch missions and stuff like that, and then they have their dormitory. Now you can go through any of your characters in the dormitory and have interactions in here. You can change what they're up to in there as well. If you want to and take a look around the room, you can go ahead and hit the camera feature. This allows you to pan around and see what's actually going on in the room. Past that, the actual functionality of this mode is the gifting system. So as you gift, there's just standard affinity gifts. You give them, it increases your affinity. Then you'll hit limit break points like I am here now. I've got to go ahead and farm some of these, and then I can gift that, and that will get me an extra summon. So as you increase affinity with characters, it's going to be something that you want to do so that you can go ahead and get the extra resources. And as you can see, some health and defense as well. So we're also getting those stat increases. But that is the basic operation of the dormitory. We do get a selector after doing 260 pulls, which is quite nice. And as you can see, we are 79 away, so we've got the 80 pity. And yeah, let's you can look at the details there. Rules, boom, there you go. There's your details if you want to check that. But let's go in, let's pop some summons. And so there we go. I do like the summon animation too. It is quite satisfying. It is quite satisfying. I love I love any summon animation where you like get to have some interaction on what you see. So there you go. We open the door. Now I don't know if it can fake out, like because I've only summoned one of them. So, and when I did, it cracked open yellow and orange. I don't know whether you can get fake outs in this game yet. Okay, that's purple again. I'd love to see like a mid-level skip where it just like gets the chopper there, so it's like you just get to slide the door open, because that's like the most satisfying part about it for me. Nope. Okay. Crack it. Okay, nothing early this time. Oh, there it is. There it is. We got it early. Get around him. Get around him. Yes. Next one. Okay, we got the weapon. Okay. We got the weapon. Which means I think next time we get the character. Let's go, let's go. Oh, we got it early. Dude, I'm on fire. I'm on fire, and it's a new one because I don't think it shows the text if it's not new. Yep, new one. Beautiful. Sick. I just love getting new characters to test. That is fantastic. But that is going to be it. That is a look at Girls Frontline 2 Exilium. Like I said, I'm really impressed with this game. Is currently out for the global beta. Looking forward to the release. And once again, massive shout out to Girls Frontline 2 for sponsoring this video. And if you guys do want to pre-register for the game, I will have that link in the description. Make sure you go pre-register so we can get all the pre-registration goodies. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.